Yeah, for sure. There's so many challenges, like I said, I worked in corporate America for a bunch of years and kind of just what I had to do was sort of laid out for me. I mean, I ran a group and I had to run things, but I was really it was somebody else's agenda that I'm working on. Anyway, last year, I got into a deal with a bunch of general partners and we got way down the road and weren't able to raise the capital. And as a group, we left a considerable sum of money, went hard, and we didn't close the deal. So that's adversity right there, man.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. You know what I say? I'm excited to be here. Super excited about my guest. This gentleman, listen, he has 30 years of experience in corporate America, but he decided that he wanted to help people that used to be like him. And so he has the mindset that he wants to help people with their funding. He wants to help people get a better handle on how success can look for them. And so that's what he's been doing for the past 2 years, is building success for himself, building things that work for him. And now he's put himself in a position to be able to help other people. And so I am so excited for us to pick the brain of Mr. Tom Kirkpatrick. Mr. Tom, how you doing today, sir?
I am doing great and so happy to be here with you, Q.
Absolutely. Well, sir, listen, I'm so happy to have you here. And I'll be honest, I kind of want to get right to it because I'm excited about the value that you're really about to give people. I love when I get a chance to look at things through other people's perspective. So, Mr. Tom, that's what I want you to do. I want you to take us into your world. I want you to tell us what your main focus is these days. I would love for you, if you want, to give us kind of an origin story of kind of how you got to where you are right now. And then also tell us what markets you're operating in, what part of the world you're in. And so, Mr. Tom, sir, you have the floor.
Excellent. Yes. So I thank you so much. For me, what I'm doing right now is I am working with a fund of funds model where I'm aggregating capital from investors to help them invest in institutional quality deals that helps them be more diversified. So I try to work with project managers, professionals, engineers. That's kind of, if I get senior people that are approaching retirement like I was, and give them the opportunity to truly diversify, because 60% stock and 40% bonds is not diversified. But my origin story, then going back, for me, it all started. My dad lost his job when I was like 12 years old. And he was a president of a company that was in a merger, and he kind of got forced out. So, kind of going way back to that point, that was the first kind of straw that was like in the back of my mind. Even though I went down the similar path of a corporate career, I always kind of had in the back of my mind that you can't necessarily count on corporate America to take care of you.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So fast forward a bunch of years, I always knew I wanted to get involved in something. In 2006 timeframe, while working my job, I got involved in sort of a discount retail adventure that had been very successful. It was a new location for a very successful venture. The only problem was the great financial crisis recession of 2008 hit. I ended up losing about $100,000 of my own money on that particular deal. And so then so I realized that wasn't the vehicle that I wanted. In 2016, I purchased a 13-unit apartment complex, and that's where things really started to go in a positive direction.
Absolutely. No, I absolutely love it. You purchased the 13 unit. Um, the building that had 13 units, things turned around for you. You've been through trial and tribulation, right? Losing some of the money in the crisis. And so as you was building, I'm interested to know, and I'm gonna ask this, and I would love for you to answer it two ways. What are some of the strategies, core strategies that you recognize that has really helped you be successful? And I would like to know business wise and actually personal. What are some personal strategies that has really helped you? I know some people do meditation, some people may go to the gym. I feel like every entrepreneur has something that grounds them, that kind of brings them back to their why, brings them back to the center. And so I would love to know business strategies and personal strategies that you know personally have helped you, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, for sure. I was in the Marine Corps way back when, and from that point, I always kind of had a workout regimen. It wasn't anything I really questioned. I go work out, and so I've always felt that that's probably the number one personal development thing I've done my whole life. It wasn't until I started after I bought that 13 unit in East Tennessee. The other part of your question I didn't answer was about markets, and we can get back to that, but
Thank you. Yes, sir.
in 2016, I bought that 13 unit, really didn't know anything about running an apartment complex. So I started listening to Bigger Pockets podcast, and I was commuting almost an hour each way into Knoxville, Tennessee. And I was listening to Bigger Pockets, and all these people started talking about meditation, personal development, things that I had never really thought much about. I didn't think I needed that. And anyway, so it's a good question. And so I started doing some meditation to go along with my workouts that probably work out 3 or 4 days a week in the morning, usually first thing. And then, I kind of got introduced to the Miracle Morning, Hal
Yes,
Elrod
sir.
book. So I have the
Yes, sir.
Miracle Morning app on my phone. Typically, I work out 4 or 5 days a week. I meditate almost every day. And then there's all the other components. Some days I do them all. Some days I do one or two, depending on how much time I have. But, that's been big. And it was totally introduced to me by all these kind of real estate stars that were coming on Bigger Pockets. So I started thinking, all right, well, if these guys are talking about it, there must be something to it. And I think it really has helped. For me, it's just a clarity thing. And I think the most important thing is being present so that I can listen to you. I can't help you if I don't listen to you. So that's a big part of it.
As you said that last thing, I had to close my eyes because That is something I intentionally work on is being present. And I literally have to be intentional about it because even as you're talking,
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
when you say something, it sparks something in my mind, and I try to go ahead of the conversation and say, "Ooh, as soon as he finished up talking, I got to make sure I say that." And so it's a I you when you say be present, that's something I have to intentionally work on. My wife has a saying when she says, "Your presence is a present.
Mhm,
Your
mhm.
presence is a present. You being present is a present to me." And so when you said that, that really sparked and really hit home for me.
That's excellent. Yeah, I'm doing I use in addition to the Miracle Morning, I use the Headspace app for my meditation a
Mm.
lot, and
Ooh,
so
headspace.
right now, I'm I'm doing this one on productivity. It's about a 10 morning series on productivity, and it is encouraging me to at least 4 or 5 times a day to just stop what I'm doing and take, you know, 4 in and out breaths. So I've got that set up on my phone this week where it comes up and reminds me to take a few breaths and just be present and focus.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Basically, we're learning that all anxieties that we have is based on something that has not happened. And honestly, 90% of it will not happen. So the things that you are worrying about, they say about 90% of it does not happen. And so taking time out, what you just said is so incredibly key. And I think it's so key, like you said, listening to other business owners, it's worked for them. And I think people listening to this, try it. Try being present in the moment. Try taking time out just to is a saying to say, "Be where your feet is planted," right? Be
Uh-huh.
where your feet is planted. Be where you are right now. And so that's awesome. I appreciate you saying that. And I know you talked about going through the ups and downs, going through the different crises. And is there one particular story maybe that we can glean from or learn from of when you had to face adversity as you went through being an entrepreneur, especially as you went through with real estate, those 13 units in 2013. Things are not always easy. Deals go sideways. There are times that you have to pivot fast. Mr. Tom, are there some adversities or one at least one story of adversity that maybe you can tell us that people might can connect with? Because somebody listening to this may be stuck, right? People are in various journeys along their, various stops along their journey. And somebody just may be stuck and don't know how to get out of something. And so I was just wondering if you could speak to that.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many challenges, like I said, I worked in corporate America for a bunch of years and kind of just what I had to do was sort of laid out for me. I mean, I ran a group and I had to run things, but I was really with somebody else's agenda that I'm working on, you know? So, anyway, last year, I got into a deal with a bunch of general partners. So I also have operated and owned apartment complexes. Right now, I'm focused on the fund of funds for other operators. But last year, we had a group. We were pursuing a deal in Columbus, Ohio. It was a 72 unit, very nice, newer apartment complex. And we got way down the road and weren't able to raise the capital. And as a group,
Mm,
we left a considerable sum of money, went hard, and we didn't
mm,
close the deal. So that's
yeah.
adversity right there, man. So personally, I took a pretty significant loss right there. And then that's really what led me to where I am right now, which is okay, I was trying to raise capital, operate the deal, close the deal, do the due diligence, everything. And then you've got to operate it after that.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So I'm a project manager. Those are things, the acquisition and operation are things I'm actually really good at and I like. But if you can't raise capital, it doesn't matter how good your deal is, you're not going to get anywhere. So this year was kind of the year to really take a step back and just focus on capital raising. So that's kind of what I've decided to do this year. I'm hoping next year I may get back into actually evaluating and operating deals myself. But my focus right now is to help people find good operators and place their capital so that they can diversify their holdings and feel more secure about their future?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Again, that goes right back to what you said at the top of our conversation. You're here to help people. That's what you want to do. And so I get it. You're focusing on helping people raise capital. Is that what you feel like the real goal? Are there goals that can be measured? Like, do you have a particular goal in mind? Let's say, raising a certain amount of money or acquiring a certain amount of, investors. Is there a real goal that you're looking at and staring at right now?
Yeah, I mean, just recently, I came up with a number of, if I could help 100 investors, but
Got you.
you don't really need 100 investors to be successful in this business. But I kind of created that goal actually about a week ago. I decided, okay, looking out, I'd say that's a number. But the other thing that I'm trying to measure is really on the marketing side of the house. I've got a couple geology degrees and
Mm.
never learned anything about marketing.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, yeah.
so the metrics that I really need to measure are how many phone calls have I had this week to outreach to people, because they're not necessarily going to just come knocking on my door. So those are the type of metrics that if I can, okay, I want to help 100 people diversify their holdings. Well, then what are the steps to get there? And then laying out those KPIs and
Yeah,
tracking how successful am I in working towards that goal. And then I guess
yeah.
the one last thing that I heard recently was, well, actually, it was on an Investor Fuel podcast. They were talking about the 9 rules of marketing. Mike was talking. I can't
Mhm.
remember who he was talking to, but really, I listened to that episode twice. He was one of the
Wow.
things they said. One of the rules of marketing was, find a mentor and just do what they tell you to do. Don't try to be
Yeah,
creative. And so
yeah,
I'm really trying to take
yeah.
that to heart because I've got some mentors that I've already hired. I already kind of know what needs to be done. I just need to go forward and just do it.
Absolutely. Oh, that's gold. 9 rules of marketing, how you talked about mentorship and actually doing what they told you to do. I remember my mentor told me, listen, if you're not going to do what I'm telling you to do, why are we having these conversations? Like, what? I mean, listen, I don't have to be your mentor. It's okay. We can be friends. I don't have to be your mentor, but if you are taking time with me as a mentor or mentee, just do what I'm telling you to do. It's because what's the point of me being your mentor if you're not going to do what I'm telling you to do? And so I think that's absolute gold. Absolute gold.
Cool.
So listen, yeah, please go ahead, Mr. Tom.
The only thing I was going to say is markets. The other thing I'm very, I'm in East Tennessee area, as I told you. It's been a great market. The 13 unit I purchased for 450,000, and we sold it for 1.3 million 7 years later. That was a nice little value add deal, and there was a cash out refi in the middle of that thing. That was, that was a time when it wasn't because I was smart, it's because I took action and followed a process, and the market kind of took care of me, right? I mean, you didn't have to be that smart to make money in multifamily between 2016 and 2022 timeframe. Now I'm focused on Kansas City, Missouri right now. That the deal I raised for a 131 unit deal this year in Kansas City, Overland Park neighborhood of Kansas City. So I'm focused a little. I don't like these real hot markets like the coastal or Austin, Texas, that are really boom. And right now they're kind of struggling a little bit. I kind of like these Midwest, you know, mid continent, steady performing markets that are good
Yeah.
for the long term.
I love it. Now I know you had mentioned before, that you're in partnership with people and some of you doing this with people, y'all doing it together. So how has relationships impacted you? Have relationships and building relationships, has it had a positive impact on your business?
The more I'm in this business, I realize it's a relationship business. And, people told me that years ago. I always thought, gosh, if I just find a deal, we'll pull it all together you know, there's so much to it, finding the deals and then, closing the deal and then operating the deal. It's all about building relationships. And I've really come to realize that and cherish, the relationships I have. Some of the deals general partnerships. Do I necessarily want to partner with all those people again? Maybe not. And some I do and some I don't. But, it's a learning process. And I think the other part about the relationships is, don't just go into business with people that are like you. I mean, the best thing to do is find somebody who's got skills that you don't have, right? So that maybe is sometimes hard. Maybe you don't really necessarily bond with that person as much, but maybe that's for a reason, right? We all have our
Yeah,
strengths. So the
absolutely.
relationships are so important, and I try to cherish them as much as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Mr. Tom, man, I cannot say enough how much I really appreciated talking to you today. This has been really, really good. I know our people going to get a ton of value, and I'm hoping somebody out there is looking at this episode and is like, maybe let me run this back and listen to this again. And so maybe somebody will go and listen to what you said twice because you have brought a lot of value to the show. And so listen, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, what's the best way for them to reach out to you, sir?
I think the best way is to just go to my website, which is T Square Cap. So it's Town Square Capital is my company. My website is letter T, the word square cap, T Square Cap, just run
Gotcha.
on.com. And then all my social media links are on there. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, primarily LinkedIn, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I really would look forward to talk to anybody. I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Tom, sir, thank you so much. I cannot say enough how much I appreciate you coming through to tell your story, giving us your time, and definitely thank you for your perspective, just the way you look at things and go about things. I think for me, that's been of a great value for this conversation. And maybe somebody mind may have shifted just thinking about the perspective that you've given him. And so, again, I thank you so much for being here, Mr. Tom.
Q, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great conversation.
Absolutely. So listen, y'all got the value from Mr. Tom. You can't tell me that you did. So go ahead and make sure you are subscribed because we're going to continue
But
to
yeah, I'm
bring up
subscribed for
amazing
sure.
people.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So you heard him. Yeah, listen, I got the cosign from Mr. Tom. There's somebody, listen, He got 30 years of experience. Man, know what he's talking about. So go ahead and subscribe. Mr. Tom, sir, I appreciate you so much. And everyone else, we'll see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.